Hey everybody, welcome to another video. Now this video is actually a amalgamation of different ideas I got from different videos. See, what happened was a while back I did a video on an American Civil War army, and this was painted by Basir. He brought in his figures and had a look at the figures. This was actually Wallet Games' first range for its epic battles. I had a look at them. They look really, really good. So I was like, all right, yeah, they don't look too bad, because by then I had already gotten the epic battles Waterloo set. The sculpts have definitely improved since the ACW set, right? So yeah, I got it. I featured it. Now, when you feature a video, or at least when I feature a video, I take a good look at the figures. And I was impressed. I liked what it looked like. I liked how it turned out. So yeah, so I shot the video, and then in another video that I did a while back, I was doing a flip through of this magazine over here, and this was the War Games Soldiers and Strategies. Oh, by the way, the link to the Basir video is up for you to go and have a look at. And a link to this video is up there now as well. So what I did was I flipped through War Games Strategy and Tactics. Now, when I was flipping through the magazine, I found something kind of interesting. Now, I don't know anything about the American Civil War, to be honest. So this was all pretty new to me. It was one of those periods which, yeah, I don't know anything about. So when I read this article over here, I was like, oh, okay. Now this article is basically, the article is called Black and Blue, Black Troops in the American Civil War. And I was thinking to myself, okay, now that's interesting. Now what I could do is I could actually build a colored regiment from the American Civil War. I thought it would be nice. It'd be something a bit different. I mean, it will be something won't be repeating what Basir has already done. So I said, yeah, okay, I'll do that. So what I did was I went to the Wallet Games site. Now, if you don't know, Wallet Games actually sells the frames, American Civil War frames, and I got myself a frame just to have a smaller regiment of this. So I used this article to help me through getting the painting done. Now, when it comes to the painting, I had recently done an unboxing of the Army Painter skin tone set. And in that set, I had access to some nice tan skin color, which I chose to use for this range. So this is nice. This video is basically a product of 3 different videos or ideas that were swimming in my mind over 3 videos. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So let me just first show you the process I used to get from the frame all the way to painting it. Right, so let's have a look at the ACW sprue. Got the one, but let me see if we can zoom in. This is, of course, one of the first few sprues that the Wallet Games did. So even then, there's pretty good detail on it, I think. As you can see here, this is like, I think this is the command base, and this is the see if I can put it around this way. Artillery officer. Yeah, so this would be the first sprue that they came up with, and I think from here we got everything that we want later from epic battles. So yeah, we got this to thank. So yeah, so let me see how many sprues, how many bases am I gonna get here? 1, 2, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases, and artillery and commander. Yeah, very basic, simple looking sprue. But then again, this was the first one. Also got myself a can of crystal blue, and I gave the figures a smooth coat of crystal blue spray. All right, so here's what it looks like after initial, crystal blue base color sprayed on. Yeah, I think crystal blue really gets the detail out, so you can actually have a look at it. So what I did next was I gave the tunic initial color. So I went for like I said, I used deep blue, and this is just the first layer, as you can see. So the reason I'm showing you the first layer is because I just want to show you that it doesn't matter that the first layer is very very untidy. And a little bit of face there just to see where everything's at, because sometimes certain colors, like especially this one, you need to go in there with a couple more layers. So yeah, so if you're looking at the figure and you're painting it, it looks more or less like this. It's okay, man. Just a few more layers and it should be fine. Right, so I'm getting the basic colors in as well. Note that it's still a bit messy, but I just need to know where everything is. So I painted the muskets and the faces. The faces I used mocha skin, and the muskets. Initially, I used oak brown, but I changed it over to use Vallejo sandalwood, simply because I think when the smaller figures are, and yeah, this works because the smaller the figures are. I mean, it gets much darker. So you want a lighter color to start with. Yeah, you can see there's still a long way to go, but I need to know where everything is. So it's yeah, just I mean, of course, this takes a while. I know some painters who do part by part and get it over and done with, but I just need to know where everything is, and then slowly I'll go back in and just clean things up. And also, this basically means I can work a whole lot of different figures as well in one go. So yeah, there you go. The skin and rifles. Right. So simply out of preference, I use dark tone to wash the top part of the figure, especially where the uniform is. Simply because I like dark tone. I like the dramatic effect that dark tone gives. It's not dry yet, by the way. I know a lot of folks who use like strong tone or soft tone, but I prefer dark tone. So now that I've painted base the the pantaloons or the pants, and I've painted the top part. As you can see, I didn't wash the bottom. I'll probably give it another wash later. So now I can go in and I can start to do some detailing work. And I think next time you see this base, it'll be already mounted. But what's gonna happen is I'm gonna put like the little tips and little bits of that drop the muskets a little bit, and then there's a little water container there somewhere, which I'm gonna do, and then all the bed rolls. So these are all detailing. Yeah, like I said, it'll come out in the yeah, video part where I showcase the figure. So this is what I intend to do for ACW regiments, especially Union ones. It's fast because you get the basic look going, and then you go back in later with a smaller brush, like cleanups and stuff like that. Maybe clean up stuff like that. Go for it. Yeah. So that's that. Right. So now that you've seen what it looks like, well, what I did to paint it. Here's the regiment, on parade. Right. So I'm quite happy how the figures turned out. A little bit darkish, as there wasn't much for me to embellish it with. Perhaps maybe doing the straps with a little lighter shade of brown or would have been great. The officer also pretty simple, pretty basic looking. But yeah, this is probably the just a regular NCO. So the cannon and artillery crew, again, quite simple looking, but it fits into the army quite perfectly, I think. Yeah. But here's this more or less a centerpiece, the command stand. I actually went online and found all the correct flags to make this stand look much better. In fact, if anything, it made the whole army look great. And I've added some sounds which I took from Glory. Right. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed it myself. Now, a couple of things I want to note though before I end the video. Firstly, I learned a lot from this particular project. Whenever you're painting 13.5, and this is the scale that Wallet Games uses, I think it's better to use a shade that's lighter. I realized that using the skin the tan skin tone was dark, and because it's small, it's even darker still. Same goes for the union, uniforms. I used deep blue, which was probably right, but perhaps I should have used a tone that was a bit lighter. So those are two things I learned. The other thing I also found out, which was important for this process, was it actually helped to base the figures crystal blue, because I got to see the detail. Of course, doing epic battles is an ongoing process, because you're learning what's the best way to paint these figures. There are some really good painters who have already figured this one out, but I'm looking at this as how do I get a whole lot of miniatures done really quickly, and what's the best method to do it. So in this one, I used the main color, which in this case was crystal blue. Perhaps for my British Waterloo, I'll probably use red as the spray, and perhaps for the French, I might use a white spray. So this is just learning how to go at it, but doing small projects like this actually kind of helps. So I sort of missed the War Games Illustrated that this frame came in. So I actually went out and got myself the frame from War Games, which again, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I think it's great to give a free frame away, because even now I'm thinking, yeah, I've got one regiment of colored troops. Maybe I can get some other regiments and see what it would be like to paint some more American Civil War. Of course, this also means at some point I've got to go and start watching the movies and properly knowing the sequence of events and stuff like that. But that's definitely in the cards. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. This one like I said, it's a mix, so I enjoyed doing this. I hope you enjoyed watching this as well. Like, subscribe, as per usual. We have a buy me a coffee. If you like, you can actually buy me a coffee. But at the end of the day, don't forget to enjoy painting those figures.